Hello everyone, welcome to episode 18 of No Limits, and today will be the last episode on talking about Zoom. So today's episode we'll be talking about is some tips and tricks on using Zoom. So the following episode we'll be talking about other topics, so do remember to keep a lookout after this episode has ended. So now let's get started.
Features that you can actually use in Zoom is that you can actually make use of the virtual background that is inbuilt in Zoom. So if let's say whenever you're having meetings or having classroom session, you actually want to cover your messy background, you can actually make use of the virtual background to actually cover everything up. So how do you actually make use of the virtual background? So first, looking at your meeting controls over here, you can actually see your video button over here. So you can see this small arrow pointing upwards. You can actually click onto that, and there's this thing called the choose virtual background. So I will click onto it, and here under this background and filter tab, you are able to see the different virtual backgrounds that you can actually input it. So if let's say you want to change to a San Francisco background, they'll actually help you change, and they can actually help you to cover up your background. So there's this thing called the video filters. So if let's say you want to play around with your filters and actually show your participant, there are some filters for you to choose from as well. So if you can actually see that at the bottom there's this cute button that you can actually make use of. So if let's say there are some birthday events that is used in your Zoom, you can actually make use of this filter, some cute filters for you to use from. And yeah, here are some of the filters that you can actually try. So tip number two, right, as a host itself, if let's say you are host of a meeting, you can actually make use of breakout rooms. So breakout rooms, right, is especially useful if let's say in a meeting itself you have actually more than 40 people participant inside your meeting room. You actually want them to actually break into a smaller group so that they can actually have a small discussion among themselves. So Zoom actually have these features where they can actually break into rooms for them to actually communicate with one another in a smaller group. So how do you actually do these breakout rooms? So first, right, normally if let's say your settings have been set, there will be a breakout button in your under your meeting controls. But if you don't have a breakout rooms button in your meeting controls, what you need to do is to actually go back to your Zoom web portal. Okay, so the place where you actually sign up an account for. So how do you actually open it? So we'll go to our Zoom portal. Okay, we'll actually sign in to our Zoom portal. After that, we'll go under this account, my account, then your settings. You have to go into your settings, then you have to scroll all the way down. Okay, here in meeting advanced, the breakout room. So you will actually have to turn on these features. Okay, so I can actually turn on this feature, then after that I will go back. You will actually realize that there is a breakout rooms button in under your meeting controls. So in order for you to actually do out your breakout rooms, you just have to simply click onto it, and you can actually determine how many breakout rooms that you want to actually create in this particular meeting itself. Okay, so you have a few options. So you can actually assign automatically for the participant, or you can actually assign manually and put them one by one into different breakout rooms that you wish them to be in. Or the last option, you can actually let them choose which room they want to go. Okay, so in the event that I want to choose like 6 breakout rooms for all my participants, so I want this Zoom to actually automatically help me to assign them into each room. I will just have to click onto the assign automatically and click create. And you'll realize that there are few rooms that is being assigned to. Okay, so as currently now I don't have any participant in my meeting, so I can't actually assign. So if let's say you want to assign any participant into your room, you can actually simply click onto the assign. Okay, and you can even rename the room, like what kind of room that you want to rename them as, and you can even add rooms to all. So in the event that you actually want to send those participants into all these rooms, you can actually open all rooms in order for them to be assigned to all the rooms itself. And in the event that you want to actually get them into the main meeting room where everyone is gathered, you can actually click onto the closed room and everyone will actually return back to the main meeting room. So the third tips will be the positioning of your laptop. So if you realize that I am looking down towards the screen, it's because the positioning of your laptop is not that good enough. It would be good if let's say you are actually having a meeting and you are having a eye-to-eye level during your Zoom meeting. Your laptop is actually placed flat onto the table. We'll be looking down onto the camera, so it wouldn't be nice if actually anyone see the way you actually look into the Zoom meeting. So what you can do, right, is either if you have a stand, okay, and you change the positioning of your laptop, that you are actually looking eye-to-eye level to your clients or your students or anyone else. It's either that if you don't have any stand, you can actually replace books to actually stack it up and make sure that it will be in your under your eye level. You will actually have an eye-to-eye level with your clients. Okay, so yes, that's the third tip, that you can actually reposition your laptop itself and to have an eye-to-eye level with your clients. Last tip will be sharing screen. If let's say you are the host or you are a participant that the host actually allow you to share screen, you can actually have different features for you to do when you are sharing screen. So let's click onto the share screen button under the meeting control. So I click onto it, and let's say I were to click onto one of my browser, and you can actually annotate when you are sharing your screen, meaning to say that if let's say you are sharing screen and there are some things you wish to actually point out to them, but sometimes your mouse is not as visible, so you can actually have this annotate button. So there's this annotate button on your meeting control where it allows you to actually draw on the screen that you are sharing. So if let's say I were to draw a box, I can actually have a box for me to emphasize certain things, and there is spotlight. Okay, so there's a red button for me to actually do if let's say I'm doing a presentation. Okay, so and there's stamp. If let's say you are to do some feedback or anything on the screen, you can actually make use of this button to actually have some stamp onto it and to indicate your preferences. So for this annotation, right, if let's say someone is sharing screen, you can actually have this annotate function for you to do on the other party's screen sharing as well. So for a host and a participant, you are able to annotate on anyone's screen sharing. So if let's say you wish to actually clear your drawings onto the share screen, you have an option for you to clear. So it's either you clear your drawings, or you can clear your viewer's drawing, or you can clear your own drawings as well, and it will be clear. Okay, other than that, you are also able to draw on the screen as well. There's this draw function. You can start drawing. So yes, that's the end of our tip.
Now we have finally come to the end of our 4th episode on talking about Zoom, and I hope that everyone actually has benefited from these 4 episodes. And do remember that this is not the end and there are still more topics to go, so do stay tuned in our channel to get to know more about the different topics. As usual, do remember to subscribe to our channel and show some support, like this video and share this video to your friends so that they can benefit to all the topics that we have actually created for all of you. So, and I will see you next time. Bye.